not the end result that you guys wanted, but what can you say about the way the guys just put that run together through March and April, especially in the last week or two?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, we're not where we want to be today. Obviously, we set a goal at the beginning of the year and fell short of it. So that's obviously a little bit disappointing. You know, Looking at the last stretch here, um, as a player, I'm very proud of the way the rest of the team played. We could have easily, threw in the towel, um, you know, over a month ago, and we did not. And I think it shows a great amount of character. And I'm very pleased with how we responded and to a bit of adversity, and something to build on for next year.
Are you one of your main roles is to keep the locker room in good shape? Do you kind of feel you like the way the room was this year, especially given the way you guys played down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the guys in the room, make my job pretty easy. For the most part, everyone keeps themselves very accountable. And at times when we do need to help each other out, it's done as a group. So uh, for the most part, I was, um, happy with the way the room was, and I do take a lot of pride in um, helping keep that room in a good working environment. And um, I think for the most part, the guys, do their part and make my job pretty easy.
Were you at dinner with the guys last night when the news of the Springfield win broke? And if so, did you say anything to the guys when the news came?
I actually was just walking in the door when the news was broke, and yeah, I mean, at that point, you don't really have too much to say. It was definitely a different feeling, after the game, because you're still kind of in limbo, so you don't really know if you talk to the guys, uh, you don't know which direction to kind of go in after the game, but it was kind of a general message, and it's kind of out of our hands at that point. So we were in eighth place for about an hour there. So, but no, I didn't say much at the restaurant. I think a lot of guys, or the whole team, put in a lot of work this year, and um, it's more about just kind of talking about some parts of the year, and having a bite to eat.
Do you talk to especially maybe some of the younger guys about, hey, just this is a good time to look back and say, you know, all these points count. The ones in February, the ones in
Yeah.
November. I mean, just to kind of maybe highlight some of those stretches where
Yeah.
things didn't go your way.
Yeah, that's something throughout the year we've talked about. Game 20. I remember telling the guys, you know, I still remember this day. These games count. These 2 points matter just the same they do at game 75. And it's a process, and it's a long season, but it's that's the truth to it. And I mean, you can look back at many points in the season, and hindsight's 2020 type of thing. So, um, but yeah, we that's something we do talk about, and coming into next year, obviously, guys, now that we've experienced it, unfortunately, we're on the other end of it, the losing end of it. But you got to learn from that and go forward.
Ron, everyone working on their games, but you as a captain, because that's something that you try to improve upon each year. The way that you show leadership, that and helping other guys become leaders as well. Some of the guys who are now 3 and 4 years in, but are starting to take those roles.
Yeah, that's something I'm a big believer in. Um, you can't preach it if you don't bring it. If you don't perform, if you don't set the example the right way, I think the message is meaningless if you cut corners as a captain. Um, so to be quite honest with you, I mean, and I'm not just talking about like going out and scoring goals and you know uh, you know things like that. The details of your game, that your daily work ethic, your preparation for games, they're the type of things that I take pride in, and um, hopefully when I do speak or have a message to pass along, that it's accepted because of the way you prepare and stuff.
Rob, what's your contract status?
I am under contract for next season.
Do you like the role you're in? I mean, just as a depth player and but basically trying to help develop players down here. Are you fine with that role?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a role I take a lot of pride in. I'm having fun. Although we aren't where we are, I'm not overly pleased where we are today. I like to be playing. I don't feel like the season should be over. Um, but it is what it is, and we have to move on and get ready for next year. But yeah, it's a role that I'm very comfortable in. Obviously, the coaching staff's been unbelievable. The team's been great. I can't really ask for a group of guys that support their leaders and really try to get better every day. So I'm very positive. I don't really think I'm a negative person. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to next year already. I'm going to take a couple weeks here and kind of regain my thoughts. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being back next year.